I just had to lay something down while it's coming out real quick. So, the thing that all of us here on planet Earth, doing our things with our families and, friends and whatnot, what we've been doing over and over and over is playing out different aspects of the gender wars. This is a long story and it ties into kind of everything I've been talking about on here. You have to excuse me, kind of fast coming and strong energy right now. Um, so, so this has to do with how we exited the Garden of Eden. The information and synchronicities have just been coming left and right, and I've been like stuck in this urge to keep seeking it out and seeking it out lately. Just any place I can find little bits of information to put this map together, okay? So, what happened was, at the beginning of creation, there's Source, and then was birthed the first feminine. And she birthed humanity, creation, everything from there, the great cosmic womb, the great cosmic ocean, whatever you want to call it. Dark electromagnetic energy or whatever, okay? So, I mean, this is all like everything's multidimensional, so there's metaphor upon layer upon whatever you want to describe it, and, put it all together. But, so like, I've been getting this information the last couple of days, from different people that I'm connected with on social media, right? Where we all basically have this same general answer that what happened was the gender wars, basically, where the divine masculine or became undivine, I guess, if you want to put it that way, right? We turned on the divine feminine as a collective whole because we outnumbered them and in secret behind closed doors decided to revolt, whatever. There's a lot to it. Decided to see if we could. One of those dynamics, you see, the people controlling everything twist all the details. That's the story of the fallen angels, of Lucifer turning his back on God. In their version they fed us when we were children, it was a male god, but we all know the source of everything was first feminine, right? That's why she's the template, passes down the portal to every baby girl, um, to keep humans incarnating here, okay? Anyway, so not to get off subject, kind of what was hitting me in the moment towards the end of all this. This is a long story, all this info leading up until now, but so ramping up now into like the nuclear family model and this and that. You get, like I said, in the mythology, you get all kinds of different examples and versions of it. Oh, that's what I didn't finish my thought. So these two were discussing how exactly this all went down, and one of them had the experience of a version in which she was the male that led the revolt and turned on the divine feminine, and in this lifetime she's all about bringing it back. That's how your purpose works in the first place, okay? So it's all very divinely orchestrated, really amazing. She's like, as a matter of fact, I was this so-and-so, You're like, whoa, okay, that fucking hits close to home because of some of the things I've learned, my experience of the tale. The other person in the conversation had her own experience of the tale, in which the women had become too overbearing and hard on the men, which kind of was part of the trigger too. I experienced like almost both halves of that, but it was very specific. In my version that I experienced, it was male and female. They had continued creating creation from them, not too far removed from source they were, right? So they continued making creation, and then creation decided it needed slash had the desire to be treated as equal to the two creators, because they were of them, and of course they were divine as well. And so there was a conflict of interest there, and the two creators had an ego about the matter, i.e., remembering it like firsthand, being there, and decided to wipe the whole thing out. And that was the beginning of quite a mess too, in its own little way. That was when things started to become destructive and really polarized on the planet. They became polarized. That was the first polarization. Okay, that kind of deal, right? This was Isis and Horus versus Set. You see all kinds of examples of when this happened, when this divide between the two polarities, not realizing that it didn't matter kind of what the hierarchy was. Harmony was harmony, and going against the natural law resulted in how we've gotten here. It all serves a purpose, though, like I've said in my other videos, and so it just seems like that's all coming to a head. It hit me. I grew up with one older brother and an older sister, and the dynamics, we played out the dynamics of that war, that the gender wars, probably to help us remember our purpose and who we are this lifetime. I was also getting information today about, just happened to run across, see something where they're talking about how souls in families, despite how it might have felt at times, were there to strengthen and help each other become who they're meant to be, kind of deal, okay? It's all coming together. It's fucking crazy. Enjoy the ride, folks.